I went all the way underneath everything. You can go from one end to the other with this thing. Kids were saying there's some tadpoles in this water. I wonder if there's any left. They've been splashing around a lot. Now you gotta look underneath and make sure you don't run into anything. Here it comes. That's some seriously deep water, isn't it? Look how deep that is. Now up here you can't get through this grass. I tried. It don't work. But I'll show you some place you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, get up on the grass and drive over to these rocks. There you go. Hard to get up the rocks, some of them, but yeah.
You got there, big thing.
Hey, we went to the park, the kids, and I went mudding and creeking and rock crawling and trailing. Let my boy run the rig for a little while. And I just wanted to show you what it looks like after it's been rinsed off in the sink. Basically, I just take everything out, especially the lipo. I don't want to completely wash that all over the place. I did rinse it off, but you know, there's no sense in forcing water up in it. But basically, everything is 100% waterproof. I was in water that was over the tires, so as you can see, if it was over the tires, it would completely submerge everything. Talking about the ESC, receiver, the BEC, all my cabling, motors, servo, lipo, everything was submerged underwater, axles, everything. No problems at all. Last night I went trailing with my girl after I tried to put on some aluminum knuckles I got off of eBay that were for, I guess, for a Wraith or an XR10 or something, I don't know. They didn't fit. I tried to make them fit, and then I was getting tired and frustrated, and when I made my links, I didn't do a good job on the steering links, and they were binding a little bit, but I was like, I'll set the dual rates down. What harm could that do? Well, I'll tell you what harm it did. It burned up a $50 servo. So link bind killed the Savox, and it was totally my fault. So I got nobody to blame but myself for being tired and frustrated and not having enough chutzpah to deal with it. But now, as you can see, I am to the lock, and that's right where my link starts to hit. I know it looks like it's sticking out a little bit there, like why is that sticking out so far, but as it turns out, that works out good because at lock, it just touches there just barely. So at full lock, tire right up against the spring, just touching the diff right there, and again, at full lock, tire up against the spring, it's just touching the diff there. So these are the new links that I made. I'm much happier. I also decided to kink this because I felt like having the balls totally twisted all the time to make the thing work was just wrong. I thought about doing behind the axle, but with these shocks like this, it just doesn't work for me. I couldn't figure out how to do it effectively, so I didn't. But I was able to, before I had my links below, and they were definitely hanging up on a lot of stuff, and now I got my links up. And what's kind of nice about them is I guess just making your own links is kind of cool, you know. It's kind of fun. And it's really cool to have a totally waterproof rig. So now I'm going to wash off my completely waterproof light set. I modified this a little bit. I made both the holes the same size so the thing could slide in a little more. Put set screws on it to hold it in place. And the whole purpose of that is so that when it's in place, the lights will get between the shock and the tire. Because before I was getting a lot of light on the tire, and I was just kind of being lazy about it. You know, I didn't want to do that. I was just being lazy about it. But I got over my lazy streak this morning after killing a servo. I was like, yeah, your laziness just cost you $50, buddy. So I got over that. So now, later tonight, I'll check it out and see if the lights coming through here is going to help me out a little more with trailing. Hopefully go trailing with the kids since it's a pretty day. Lucky dog is tired out. She's a tired out dog. She's been chasing the kids around all day. So yeah, I replaced all my bearings in the knucks with sealed rubber bearings for Traxxas. Blue rubber, I don't know what that difference that makes, but they were blue. Locked out the rear because I got no servo anymore. I only got one servo, so I went back, reverted back to my cheap ass, no steering in the back, which is okay. I'm alright with that. I'm plenty happy with just steering in the front, and I got way more steering angle than you do from stock, so I'm happy with that too. Not happy with those aluminum knuckles. I'm going to be reselling those on eBay. But yeah, that's about it, man. Charging up the battery right now, letting everything air dry. Let that sit up there where I can get some air, and then we'll go right back out there and play some more.